Adding intro video to this. Alrighty. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Sideline. My name is Rishioza,
My name's Asher Hire.
and this might be the vibiest uh, episode that maybe we've ever done. I don't know.
Dude,
I
unbelievable, man. The
Just
best win
a
of the season,
ridiculous win.
no doubt.
Yeah, it could be the best win since the Super Bowl. I mean, there's been a couple that have been like that. Obviously, the Chiefs game was very similar, but this one, the way that both sides of the ball played in the second half, it's unbelievable.
The I mean, it really is. I don't know where to even start. It's just like it's all coming together, bro. That's really what it is. You know, the Broncos obviously had a lot of quote unquote lucky wins. I'll call them lucky because I called all those Chiefs wins lucky last season, and
Yeah,
it looks like
I,
we're proven right now. But Uh, so yeah, I'll call those kind of lucky wins, whatever. Hey, that happens. Defense was playing phenomenally. Offense, not, pretty much game after game after game. It's just slow start. Super hard to get anything going up until the fourth quarter. But man, these past couple games, you said it during the game. Ever since that first Raiders game where they lucked out with a win 10-7. Oh my, I mean, Bo Nix has been dialed in, man.
yeah,
And we saw it, in the Commanders. Well, we saw it in the Chiefs game, obviously. I didn't think he got enough credit in the national spectrum after that. The amount of hate that Nix has gotten the most, over the course of just like the past 2 to 3 weeks when he's played his best football has made absolutely no sense to me. Um, that Chiefs game, I don't understand how he's not just thrust into the national spotlight. Instead, we got three guys ranking him number 23 or 24 or 22 in their QB rankings behind. How many interceptions does this guy have now? 14 interception, Geno Smith. And hella other Aaron Rodgers, like, come on, dude. Kyler Murray, fuck out of here. Like, Bo Nix is way better than all these dudes. And we've seen it, these past couple of weeks, and it all came to fruition right here, man. Um, like just unbelievable everything that he did, pocket presence, the way that he was avoiding so many pressures. I don't think he got sacked in this game, which is unbelievable with the amount of pressure that they had, man. It was like it was Micah
yeah,
Parsons all day.
yeah.
Rashawn Gary closing the pocket all day. Um, and for him not to take a sack, he would run around, make something out of nothing. He did that so many times. Really one of the best quarterback games I've seen out of anybody this season, regardless of team. I don't know. Considering it's this Packers defense, which has just been talked about and talked about and talked about recently over and over and over again, um, to do that against them, I mean, I don't even know if there has been a better performance than that, dude. That was crazy.
No, he was. I mean, he was unreal. I mean, there were a few plays where I do think he got a little lucky throwing it into harm's way late in the game, feeling a little bit too much. A couple of drop picks, but it's not like they were easy. It's not like they were right in the defender's hands. I mean, they were diving,
Right,
you know,
right.
not incredibly easy, but just off the base stats, 23 to 34, 302 yards, 9 yards per attempt, four touchdowns, no picks, no sacks, 134 rating. And when you go in deeper as well into the advanced stats for him too, 0.55 EPA per play, which is one of the highest that he's had in his career, 22.7 total EPA, 9.9 average depth of target, which has got to be one of the highest marks. It has to be the highest marks of the season, but one of the highest of his career for sure. Um, and his completion percentage over expected 15.2%. That's the second best of his career. 25% explosive pass rate, best mark of his career. 72.9 win probability added. That's the second best of his career. So and another thing, one more for Bo. When he threw past the sticks, we've been calling for Denver to do this more and more. Just throw the ball, like actually throw the ball. Don't use it as an extension of the run game. Get it down the field. Throwing past the sticks, he was 11 of 16. All four touchdowns were past the sticks. 205 yards, 151 pass rating. Like he was unreal today. And yeah, he's just since that Raiders game, he has been absolutely just completely dialed in. The only bad play I can think of that he's made over the last, 4 games has been the pick that he threw against Washington. We just threw it straight to Bobby Wagner. That's the only one I can remember. Everything else has just been perfect.
Uh, you're right about the screens, and yeah, we had been calling about for that. Just let Bo Nix like literally just let him like go, man, let him loose. Um, and we saw that in the Chiefs game a little bit, but I kind of wonder because there really wasn't. Maybe there was two screens called in this game, um, and well, no, there are a couple more to running backs also. So I'll say like four
Yeah,
screens, and three of them worked. But I think just the fact that you're not constantly running it, it's not super predictable that when dude, it's like every single time early in the season, if Mims went in motion to the right, it would be a quick screen out to him. It's like that's so
yeah.
telegraphable. And so that's not really happening anymore. And I kind of wonder like just if Sean Payton really is a little bit like how we have these college coaches who are hiding stuff until the playoffs or until the late in the
Yeah.
season. I really wonder if Sean Payton kind of just you know was letting this offense. I just I don't know, wasn't implementing his full
Mhm.
game plan or playbook or whatever, or was it a trust thing with Knicks? I don't really know because I don't really think outside of the Titans game, because the Colts and Chargers games he played well. I like there wasn't really an early season game where I'm like, whoa, you can't trust Bo Nix to throw the ball down the field.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was a trust thing. So like it has to just be that he was just I don't know, maybe just waiting for the end of the season to get stuff really rolling. Because obviously he said throughout the season, we'll get Harvey going. We'll get him more touches. Get him more touches. Every single week, he seemed to have said that. And now, finally, these past couple of weeks, obviously Dobbins has been hurt. But even those first couple of weeks when Dobbins was hurt, it's not like Harvey was getting the ball extreme amount.
Yeah.
And now he is. So it's like Peyton is kind of speaking this stuff into existence. Did you catch his halftime interview? Because I missed it, but I knew I heard him in the background talking for a really long time.
Yeah.
Like the was it the Chiefs game where he basically called that win at halftime? I forget. He was
Oh,
like,
I
we
don't
have him
know.
right. One of these games, yeah, it was the Chiefs game where it was 6-6 at halftime, and he said he had him like right where like the
Yeah.
Chiefs aren't a second half team.
And even he said in this halftime interview, he was like, I like where we're at. Like, I really
Right.
like where we're at. And I was like, okay, I didn't like where they were at, but he really liked where they were at. But no, he's very much gained a lot of Broncos country back into his his favor because it was looking bad when Denver was 1-2. There were like that was a problem. I was not a fan of him at that
But
time.
even, I mean, it was
Um,
really even after the Jets game. Oh my God,
yeah,
that Jets game was terrible. I mean, even the Giants game, dude. Like,
yeah,
fuck.
yeah, it was bad. I mean, it wasn't great, but as the season has gone on, and it's crazy because like the winning streak started with that Bengals game. There was no Burrow at that time. Obviously, you have to win that game, and they did. But then the Eagles won. Like that's where it was like, was that luck? Like who knows? Like we don't really know. Then it was a Giants one right after that. I think, right? It was the Giants after
No,
that.
It was Jets and then Giants.
Oh, Jets and then Giants. And even then, those two games, you're thinking, you're like, what the hell is this team does not look correct. Like, and the offense just looked all sorts of out of sync. But they played these bigger and bigger games later on in the year. The Dallas game was big. I mean, Dallas offense at that time was the best in the league, never completely shut
Hmm.
them down. The Chiefs game, huge. I mean, obviously they're not as good as they probably were anticipated to be or were in the last few years, but it's still Kansas City. I mean, it's still
Right, right.
the
Well, at the
Chiefs.
time, dude, at the time, people were talking about,
Yeah,
oh, the Chiefs are gonna win this game and win the division. Like,
yeah,
it was a huge, and that they still had a lot to play for. I think recently Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just kind of tough to keep the motivation to go out there when you're just losing every single
Hmm.
week.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's very, very true. And yeah, they still had a lot to play for at that time. And now you come back, you have after a bye, you have a tough win in Washington, but you still do win. You play well enough to win that game. And this one, like every single big game that Denver has had this season, they've come out on top. Like the Indianapolis and Chargers game, I feel like we can call those flukes at this point, where it's like, man, this team is not able to execute down the stretch and in the big moment,
Right.
and they have executed in every single big moment now after that point, and it's just it's a testament that they're a well coached team when it comes to that. And the thing that we have been harping on this entire year, like, man, this team sucks at this, at this, at this. Just 6 penalties for 60 yards.
That's a good point. That's a good point. How many penalties? It sucks, man. I kind of missed the Raiders game. Um,
Mhm.
8 for 50 in the Raiders game. I mean, it's getting better.
It's getting better, yeah.
It's getting better.
But I mean, Green Bay, like they forced Green Bay into making some dumb plays. The
Yeah.
touchdown drive in the first half was sparked by Green Bay being too physical and making a dumb play, giving Denver a free first down. So um, this team is just getting better and better down the stretch, which is exactly what you want. And that stretch of games that they had where it was Philly, London, Denver. Like they played, what was it, like 8 games in 35 days or something ridiculous like that. Like they played so many games in a row, and it was finished off with that um, Raiders game in Denver. And then they got a little bit of a mini bye before the Chiefs game. You could just tell they seemed so much fresher. And since that point, like it's now they're winning these games convincingly with offense as well, which is completely different from what we were seeing earlier in the year.
It
And
is.
speaking of offense, like the pass catchers, I was worried. Pat Bryant did not play in this game, and he has been
Yeah.
a big fixture over the last few weeks. He's kind of been out snapping Troy Franklin as well over the last few weeks. Um, but man, Troy Franklin and Cortland Sutton came to play. They were excellent. Cortland Sutton specifically, 7 for 113 and a touchdown. Troy Franklin on 6 targets, 6 catches, not a single drop, and some pretty tough ones, some contested catches. The touchdown was a tough one. He was like those two carried the passing game. So I'm
Dude,
just
that
that's
that
exactly what we wanted to see.
I think it was a 1st and 10 and Nix rolled out right and threw it to Franklin and he caught it for like 9 yards with a defender draped all over him. I
Mhm.
think that was Troy Franklin's best catch of the season because he
Yeah,
never makes those catches. He never makes any contested catch. And he finally did, and it was like, whoa. I really can't believe that he held on to that. And I mean that's such if that keeps going, that's such a development for this team because
yeah,
um everybody knows what these guys need in the offseason. You can ask anybody. It's an offensive weapon. And it's the second year in a row that we've gone into an offseason like that. I feel like it's more needy this offseason than it was last offseason. Um, just with the I don't know, just Harvey not looking as good as I kind of thought he would in the NFL. I feel like it's just like we need just a difference maker. Um,
mhm,
on the at receiver, uh, and for these guys to step up is just so massive. Because we don't really have a guy that can just take a slant to the house or create something out of nothing,
yeah,
just as Knicks does, but by breaking tackles and stuff in the open field. Um, but the way that Sutton played, that fourth down, oh my God, that I mean, the
mhm,
route was great because 24, the corner was completely had inside shade, was just waiting the banking the whole route that it was going to be a slant on the 4th and 3. And Sutton did a little slant and go right past him, and it led to a huge pass. Like that's another development in the routes too. Remember how we were kind of talking about like the routes are just so basic, dude. It's just like a
yeah,
a hitch route, a dagger concept. That's just his favorite routes. And now we're getting these double moves. We're getting more stuff down the field, crossing routes. Mims wide open on a crossing route, which really should have been a touchdown. That was a great play call.
yeah.
Um, I mean, it just looks so much more fluid right now.
They look great. I mean, the offense is it's just they just look so comfortable with what it is. And I was thinking about this. It's a weird comparison, but last year in the preseason, Bo Nix looked really, really comfortable. Like, and it's preseason, so obviously it looked comfortable. But like everything was coming out quick, everything was coming out on time. He just looked like he had a mastery of the offense. And the regular season came and it was way different. He looks like that, right? It looks like it's preseason for him. Like everything is coming so quick. He's making these decisions immediately without thinking. And the deep passes, I mean, the touch is there. Like it was not there the first half of the season, but here in the back half of the year, it's there. He's hitting Cortland Sutton on these deep routes. He's hitting Troy Franklin on these deep routes. Pat Bryant has caught a couple, 20, 25-yard deep routes. Like this was not happening earlier in the season. It completely changes the way you think of Denver as a team because with the Dobbins injury, like you're not like you need to rely on Bo Nix way, way more than you were anticipating on this season, I'm sure. And he's proving him right. And the thing with Troy Franklin, he's still he doesn't turn 23 until February. The week of
So,
the Super Bowl is when he turns 23. So like he's still 22 years old. He's so young. And for him to take that big of a jump in his development from last year to this year, it gives you hope to see what you can get next year. Obviously, you want someone more established with the Super Bowl contention window officially opening, which is crazy that I'm actually comfortable being able to say that. Like, yeah, they have a Super Bowl contention window. Um, but he looked great. Mims coming back has changed a lot. Um, teams are just like not even kicking it to him now. Like they
oh
don't.
my God, dude! When he returned the kick to the 40-yard line, I said right then and there, I was like, why do they even kick it to Mims? Like, why? I don't understand.
It's
Oh,
it's crazy. I mean, I mean, I'll take it. That Denver has not had a weapon like that in the return game since Brendan Holiday, pretty much. Like he's every time he
shout
touches the
out
ball on a return.
Eddie
Yeah, shout out to
Royal.
Brendan Holiday. Eddie Roy, yeah, like they haven't had a weapon like that in 15 years. So
Yeah.
uh, him coming back is great. The one thing that I'm just kind of hoping for, Evan Ingram in the Washington game had such a good game. Like he was just beating Bobby Wagner on every single one-on-one. He was the Joker. He was truly a mismatch nightmare. He's exactly what you hope for when you signed him. But since then, he's just been like, man, like nothing's really happening for him. It doesn't seem like they're scheming anything for him either, which it looked like they were doing in Washington.
It's
Again,
such a
maybe it's
it's
Peyton holding it for bigger games for playoffs, and
yeah.
then they release it later. But that's the one thing that I'm hoping for to see.
It's such an interesting offense, dude. It's just like little Jordan Humphrey comes out of nowhere and he just plays a massive part in the game. Um, Pat Bryant gets these. There's so many targets. Adam Troutman here and there. Um, it's just so many like. I mean I don't know. Like Sean Payton's play calling. Um, Dude, I just realized. Oh wait, I'm tripping. I just saw this stat. I thought this said Evan Ingram had 12 carries for -1 yard on the season, but I was wrong. He does not have 12 carries. Um, his play calling is like there's not much motion or it's just all concepts. It's like, can we just out concept
Yeah,
you? And so the receivers, it's not really a specific guy that they're targeting. It's just like, oh, if they take away this, then hit this guy. If they take away this, then hit, Troutman in the flat. If they take away Sutton, hit little Jordan Humphrey underneath. Um, there's really not like a real go-to, I mean Sutton is, but it's not like really every single time on
yeah,
third down they're targeting Sutton. Like that's pretty rare. Um and so it just feels like it's going to be, on a game to game basis. This was Sutton's huge biggest game of the year. Franklin had a couple big games and then is quiet in some. Ingram has a big game last week and then is quiet in this.
mhm,
It's just like um Mims had the big game and the Giants game has been quiet in every other game, but um,
yeah,
like it just seems like it's just kind of dependent on game to game which concept is going to be left open by the defense, and maybe it's Pat Bryant on a slant, or Troy Franklin deep, or Cortland Sutton on his curl routes. Like they just find something throughout every single game. They find a little niche that
Yeah.
they can take advantage of. And so I just feel like it's such a game to game basis with these weapons. And I do wonder if you did have a true stud, like I was saying, if you would get more involved, because you kind of think of that with Michael Thomas setting the receptions record under Sean Payton, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like you kind of think of big time names getting big time production in a Sean Payton offense. So um, we'll see if they get anyone big. But I'm looking at the standings right now. Like I'm getting really confident, bro. I'm getting way too confident right now. Like who is beating us, dog? Who is beating us? Literally,
In the AFC, I really don't know if there's
yeah,
Houston is the one team that I can think of because they're playing so well right now,
right.
and it's
I've been
only
saying that
because of the
too.
defense.
I've been saying
Only
that
because of
too.
their defense.
And people don't believe me. At work, I've been saying, "Oh, I please like let me play Buffalo over the Texans in the first round."
Mhm.
Like, dude, I do not. That's the one team I've been saying I do not want
Yeah,
to play the Texans. But if we get that first round bye, we don't have to worry
you don't
about
have to
it.
worry about it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Buffalo is also looking like they're peaking at the right time. At least the offenses. I do not want to play Josh Allen because he's exactly the type of quarterback that one, Denver hasn't played this year, and two, notoriously they struggle against with guys who can keep plays alive. Um, but uh, yeah, I mean, I'm looking like if you think about the AFC, like the Patriots, we'll see. I don't think they're for real in terms of 11-3 good, but they're still good. Buffalo, yeah, maybe. Houston is definitely pretty scary. Chargers could be scary with their defense, but their offense, I don't, I don't trust it without both their tackles and no real running game. Jacksonville, we'll see. I mean, you're going to play Jacksonville next week, so you'll see how that one plays out. Um, that's like it. I mean, I don't really like. There's no real other team. No one in the AFC North remotely scares me, whether it's Pittsburgh or
Yeah,
Baltimore.
right. We'll see
Like,
with Baltimore, I guess, but it's just like these issues for them just keep popping up throughout the season that I feel like it's gonna pop up in the playoffs. But we only have to win 2 out of our last 3 games to clinch the number 1 seed. We essentially have a 2-game. I mean, we don't have a 2-game lead, but like with the tie break um, that the Broncos have over the Patriots, which funnily enough came down to the Raiders. Um,
yeah,
we have the tiebreaker over them, so even if we finish with the same record, like, so we can afford a loss. We can, simple as that.
yeah.
But we can't afford to. And you got the Jaguars. That's going to be a tough game, obviously. Another measuring stick type of game, I would say.
Mhm.
This game, like, I wasn't super worried. In the start of the fourth quarter, I was like, man, if the Packers win off some BS, I'm not going to be that mad. I'm just not, because these guys played very well to put up this amount of yardage and
Yeah,
points against the Packers defense. I'm extremely happy with the way that they played. And the result really, it matters, but it doesn't matter that much. It doesn't, yeah, it doesn't matter that much.
wouldn't have
Because of that.
affected Denver. Yeah, like in the
Yeah,
standings, it wouldn't have affected them losing. Yeah,
right, exactly. And I mean, this just gives us such a nice cushion with now that we won this game. But um, the way they looked was amazing. But yeah, the Jaguars. We'll see the Chiefs. Obviously, I mean, big news with Mahomes getting hurt. Uh, I mean, it's huge news, obviously, but they were eliminated from the playoffs anyways. Um,
yeah.
so it doesn't affect the season whatsoever. But obviously, hope to see him get healthy next year. But that that'll be interesting, because the Chiefs' defense is good still. I still think it's pretty good. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't think their style of play is really going to change that much under Minshew. It's not like the Chiefs are, putting up 35 points a game, dotting everybody up with Patrick Mahomes. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
10 points against the Texans, 13 points in this one. I don't think I think Minshew's capable of putting up that same point production. So I
Mhm.
I don't really see that affecting that game. I mean, it really it does. I guess towards the end of the game, obviously, I'd much rather see Minshew out there, but um, hopefully that should be a win. And then you got the Chargers, which theoretically could be for the division in Week 18, but I see that hard to. I see the Broncos losing these next two games hard to believe.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, assuming that they can beat, they still control their own destiny, and that you have to beat a team that's gonna have nothing to play for with Gardner Minshew in at quarterback. Yeah, it's on the road, it's Arrowhead, it's whatever, but that team has nothing to play for. And that's the first time that team has nothing to play for in legitimately like 15 years. Like they have
yeah,
been in the playoff line at this point for so long. So I don't know if they really know how they're going to play it. They could be resting a lot of their guys at that point. Um, I saw Chris Jones got a little hurt. Maybe they just shut him down. Maybe they try and just get whatever draft pick they can this year and go get a receiver in the draft or something or whatever. If Jordan Tyson goes, I'm going to be so mad. That's actually going to make me cry. Uh, because that's exactly the type of guy that they need. But I digress. That should be a win either way. And then you have two home games. Yeah, it's against two good teams, but you still have something to play for. And Denver has met the moment this year. Last year, it felt like, specifically the defense, they didn't meet like they didn't have the intensity level. They didn't meet the physicality level of where they had to be at to win games late in the year as they went 9-5 and they lost three straight, largely because they were just kind of soft. This year has been the complete opposite. They have had the required intensity, even though they could have afforded to lose some of these games. I mean, like they don't need to be 12-2 right now for you to feel good about this season, but the
dude.
fact that they are shows you so much.
If we go 15, like this record is insane, dude. If we go 15-2, because I remember seeing that Lions record and just being like, dog, like what even am I looking at? 15-2.
Yeah,
And the fact that the Broncos can be that, oh my God. I mean, it's unreal this season that we're having, man. What a
yeah,
season for me personally with football. I mean,
yeah.
Ohio State looks good. This past week completely makes up for the Indiana loss. I've just been absolutely loving the news out of Ann Arbor this past week. Um, and then I mean, it's like the funniest thing in the world to me. I see people are like sad, it's a sad situation. I don't really see it that way because I think the mom or the his wife got away from a psycho guy and his kids. And so other than that, who's sad? Like Sharon did it to himself. The girl did it to herself. It's a hilarious situation, man. Who's sad for
Yeah.
anybody? I don't get it. But whatever. I also digress. Um, anyways, this just an amazing season by the Broncos all around. I really hope it doesn't come tumbling down in like the first round of the
Yeah.
playoffs. But
I mean, yeah, that's the one thing. And that's the thing that I'm worried about with the bye. I mean, the teams that have had the one seed over the last few years have not exactly fared the greatest. I mean, Kansas City last year, yeah, made it to the Super Bowl, and they didn't necessarily lose rhythm by having the one seed. But Detroit definitely did last year. You could tell that they needed to keep playing for it. Buffalo a couple years ago had the one seed, and you could tell that they needed it. Um, like it helps because you get that extra week of rest, but like sometimes you just need to keep the rhythm going of playing, and going and doing it. Um, so
But if it's
that's
the
one I need.
Texans, though, no, I would much rather not have a rhythm
Yeah,
going in the second round than having to play the Texans because every single
yeah,
thing will be out of rhythm that entire game.
yeah. Dude, that
I
defense is unbelievable. Like they are
I know.
unbelievable. I don't know. Like they just play like if I said like if I tweeted this out like if the Broncos and Texans do play in the playoffs, it's just gonna be both of them just like beating each other with hammers until the offense, either offense gets lucky and gets good
For
field
real.
position for a turnover or for a field goal late in the game, and that's gonna be the difference. Like that's because that's exactly what happened in
I
the
know.
regular
I
season
know.
matchups. Obviously Denver didn't play
18-15, like
ground, but
it would be a stupid score like that too, like
yeah,
16-11 or something like that.
yeah, something ridiculous, something so dumb. Yeah, Houston scares me, man. Houston scares me. Who knows? So could Jacksonville, depending on how they play in this game. I mean, yeah, Denver's going to be at home, but who knows? I mean, Jacksonville's played really, really well since they were like 6-4 or something, and it looked like they were gonna be kind of bad.
Yeah, they've won.
Trevor Lawrence is playing really
They
well.
won 5 in a row. They were 5-4.
5 before. Oh man. Well, yeah. I mean, they've won 5 in a row. They're feeling good. Dang, 5 in a row versus 10 in a row, 11 in a row coming up.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty.
Do you remember that
That'll be
their
pretty.
last loss was that Texans game where they were up? Damn, how much were they up by in this game? I want to see.
Oh, they were up at like 28 or something, right?
It was
Something crazy
20 to 29-10 and at the start of the fourth
yeah,
quarter.
in the fourth. And
Um
that was like right after the Giants game, right? The Broncos Giants one. Like those are like
yeah,
back to
yeah.
back almost.
Yeah. But I was thinking at the time, like, wow, first of all, it's really impressive to put up 29 points against the Texans. But then when they lost it, I was like, bro, this team is just a complete joke because they had squeaked by the Raiders the week before that. And then they had lost, I mean, they had gotten blown out before that.
Hmm.
So I was thinking the Jaguars were just cooked. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, dude, he
He
was
looked bad.
looking, yeah, but
He looked bad.
he's looking really good now. Their running game is
I think
elite.
Jacoby Myers. I mean, Jacoby Myers has always hurt Denver as well from
Yeah,
when he was in New England, when he was in Vegas. So that's gonna be annoying to play. But he does like change that team. Like they have like a legit check down like safety blanket for him now, especially after losing Travis. And I don't
right.
think they really knew how to use Travis either, which is I mean, I think it made life simpler because it's like, yeah, we have our number 2 overall pick. Like we have to use him. We have to do all of this with him. But now they don't have him. It's like, okay, well now we don't have to worry about that. We can just go and play and scheme everything like normal. So
It's crazy. He's
I don't
already
know.
played
It's
6 games with them.
Myers already.
Yeah, he's already played 6 games with them.
Dang.
He's out receiver Travis Hunter in 6 games for the
Yeah.
as a Jaguar. He's out
Yeah.
yardaged him. He has over 300 yards in 6 games. Yeah.
No, he's good. I mean, he's a guy I wanted Denver to look at, and it would have been hard to trade in division. Um, but yeah, that's going to be an interesting game. That's going to be a very, very interesting game because that defense also is. I mean, statistically, they're not very good, but they force a ton of turnovers,
Right.
and they are very, very fast. They're similar to Houston, where they're just like full of athletes and they force a ton of turnovers. They're not as good up front, so they don't stop a lot of drives, but they force a ton of turnovers. So that's going to be interesting to look at. I do
Yeah.
have Bo Nix's passing chart pulled up on my phone here, and it's ridiculous. I mean, it's like first off, only five passes behind the line of scrimmage the entire game. Really, that's got to be one of the lowest marks all season. He had a lot. You can definitely tell where they were looking to attack. I don't know how well you can see this. Oh, you can see it pretty well.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Kind
but
of
like
outside a
right,
little.
right at like 5 yards outside for sure. Right at 5 yards, that quarters. You can tell they were trying to attack quarters as well. They're trying to pull everyone down
Yeah.
and then have someone in the flat and then go over the top on quarters. Like that looks. I mean, that's a legitimately good game plan. Um, Sean Payton has reeled me back in. I can't believe that this is like a legit Super Bowl team. He said it at the beginning of the year. He's like, you have the feeling about some teams. This is a Super Bowl one. After the first 3 games where everything just looked gross, I was like, are you kidding me? But they are, and they have a legit claim to being the best team in the league. I still would probably lean Los Angeles just because I trust their offense a little more. But Denver's there. I mean, you can make an argument for Denver. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was gonna be possible.
I mean, because the Packers was really everyone's second best team in the NFC,
Yeah,
and you just beat them. Um, and so like, who else? Like Seattle, they have squeaked by also. Like, I don't know why people don't talk
yeah,
about that. The Titans game even,
yeah.
um, and then this Colts game against 44-year-old Philip Rivers. Um,
I can't believe this is a real game.
oh my, I know. And he made 6 field goals, right?
Yeah, Myers. It was just
Wow.
him. He's the only one who did anything.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I mean,
I was
Seattle's
watching
really
this game.
good, obviously. What?
Seattle is really really good too because their
But it's
defense
like
is also very good.
I think the Broncos are better than they are. I
Yeah,
honestly, Sam Darnold. Um, I don't know. I was gonna say I trust Nix more than Darnold. Darnold is damn good, but I mean, he puts the ball in harm's way more than Nix does at this point.
Hmm. He
So
does.
I think that the defense can kind of shut down that Seattle offense, and then I don't think their defense is as good as the Broncos defense to win them the game. So
No.
yeah, really, it's the Broncos, the Rams, probably. I mean, and the Patriots, I guess, in like in the tier one, unless you want to put the Rams in their own tier. But like they're 11-3, and the Broncos are 12-2. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think the Rams are that much better.
yeah.
I think they are better, but I don't think they're that much better than Denver.
The big thing in this game was Devontae Adams' injury, uh,
Yeah.
hamstring. I thought it was an Achilles at first. I was scared because he like pulled up like it was an Achilles
Oh
non-contact.
yeah.
But McVay said that it didn't look good, and hamstrings can still keep you out for a month plus. So
Yeah.
we'll see what
Yeah.
happens with that. I mean we see with Aaron Gordon right now, like Jesus,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
out forever,
Oh,
and
hamstrings
so
are
yeah, and they pop back up. Uh,
very
their
easily,
defense is
very easily
exciting.
a hamstring.
Their defense is exciting, but I don't think it's as good or better than Denver.
No, no. No, yeah, I think in terms of tiers, yeah, I think Denver, Seattle, LA are all up there. But I also don't like I wouldn't put New England up there with them. People talk about a cupcake schedule. Jesus Christ. The first actual good team that they play this year, it's Buffalo. And yeah, they beat Buffalo in Buffalo, but now you choke a 21-point lead at home. You cannot be in a top tier team if you do that, especially this late in the year, with the one seed on the line. Um, I'm trying to think of like another team that I would put up there. I think that's definitely in the top three, and then I would
Uh,
probably put Buffalo like right underneath Buffalo and New England in the tier right underneath them. And I'm
I
thinking
still
maybe
don't.
and then Chicago. I mean, Chicago's good.
They
Chicago and Green
are.
Bay would be right there. Micah
Um,
Parsons tearing his ACL changes so much for
that's
Green Bay's defense though. Like that,
and Christian Watson. I wonder how serious that'll be.
yeah, yeah. Their offense changed. I mean, they were getting whatever they wanted when Watson was out there. And then after that interception, it all changed. Plus, the right tackle was out. I mean, Zach Tom, I don't know if he came back in, but I know he was out for at least a little bit. Um, but there's some good teams in the NFC. I mean, that's the best win Denver's had probably since the Super Bowl. I would venture to say. Um, and the defense in the first half sucked. Like that was the first five drives getting scored on is really really bad. I don't put too much blame on them for the last touchdown because the drive should have ended and they called a pass interference on like the most mundane pass defense of all
That
time.
that was
Um,
unbelievable.
and uh, and even the first touchdown, I mean, it was perfect coverage. Josh Jacobs just becomes the
Dude,
greatest
this
running back of
this
all time
game
when you turn
this
when you
game
play the
started
Broncos.
out pretty like annoying. The fumble to start the
Yeah,
game. We were driving down the field, and obviously at this time, I'm thinking against this Packers defense, like we got to capitalize on every drive that we're on their side of the field. Like this
mhm.
team's too good. Um, and for him to fumble after we get two first downs in the opening drive, that was brutal. And then we go three and out the next drive. I'm like, bro, how do you pass up on that opportunity? But then it was touchdown. So the Broncos went touchdown, touchdown, punt, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Um, so they scored three, however many this is. I don't even know, four touchdowns in their last five. Not their last five drives, but in a span of five drives throughout the game.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, it was like, and they were long drives too. Even the one with
Yeah,
we didn't even mention this. We haven't really, I guess, gone through like the game itself, the script itself, but uh, that Sertan interception really turned things around because at this
yeah,
point, this was the Riley Moss pass interference. I just hate it. It really just takes my like just love for like the game or just my emotions really out of the game because it's just like
yeah,
why am I cheering my ass off when they just throw a flag on something like that and they just get 25 yards on a third down, by the way. um And so for them to get that was just ridiculous. And then the very next play is a 40-yard touchdown. So I'm like, dude. And then the Broncos go 3-and-out without gaining a yard in their next drive.
Yeah,
Um, and then uh, Jordan Love is back there. I almost say Caleb Love every single time. It's dumb. Love is back there, and he fires a deep one. I'm like, oh god, is this gonna happen? And then Surtain, dude, he makes the best probably defensive player of the year for the Broncos because that
Mhm.
was just an unbelievable interception, like true defensive player of the year. That was him
Yeah,
right there. For him to intercept that was unreal. Because I thought at first it seemed like Watson had good. He had the position, he had the leverage on it for sure.
yeah,
And then Sertan like flies under him. I don't even really know how he got there, but he did it. And then we go down and get a touchdown on the next drive, and then all of a sudden, it's a 2-point game. Um, it was looking like the Packers could have gone up damn near 17 points.
yeah,
At the point when it was 23-14, because they had been scoring touchdowns on every single drive, and then the Broncos get a touchdown, force a punt, another touchdown, force a field goal, which is a good thing that they did really well. Outside of that, Jacobs crazy catch touchdown. Their red zone defense was phenomenal
yeah.
once again.
Yeah, no, it was great. And that's the other thing. Like they forced him into field goals. And that's the difference in the game. I mean, Denver got into the red zone and they only scored touchdowns. And two or three times Green Bay goes in the red zone and Denver forces them into field goals. So that defense, they struggled in the first half, but I really like what they did in the second half. And I think Vance Joseph dialed up the pressure a little bit more in the second half. And it wasn't man blitzes either. This was a lot of zone
Yeah,
blitzes, which we have not seen out of Denver very much at all this season. But um, Green Bay feasts on man coverage. Their receivers are so fast. You can see it in the first half. If it's man coverage, like they're just wide open every single time. And if you're playing zone without pressuring, everything else is also going to be wide open because Emirates doesn't run enough zone for guys to be uh, good enough to guard for that long. And so they dialed up the pressure, and Denver has been a really good adjustment team in the second half of games, and especially the defense. So Vance did an excellent job of doing that. I just will say, I know Jacobs had the 40-yard touchdown, so that does change how the stats look. But they probably should have ran with him more. I know he was hurt
I know.
coming
I
in,
know.
but they only 12 carries is kind of ridiculous. And even then, I mean, 11 carries for what is it, 30 yards? Well, actually, that's not that good. But but they still should have. They probably should have ran the ball a little bit more
Damn, Love
because
had
it was
30.
working.
I didn't even realize. Oh, Love, dude, remember that long? Oh my God, that
Oh my God!
long Love run. That was just brutal to watch in real time. I was like, dude, someone tackle him. 24 yards. Bro, I forgot about that run.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
he that was annoying. Denver, this is a topic for another day. But Denver's third and long defense, I feel like is the worst in NFL history. I don't know if that's just because we're
yeah,
fans, but every time it's like third and 9 plus, it's like this is getting converted. Not even that. It's like third and 15 plus. It's like
I
when's the
know.
conversion? Like
Oh, here comes
it's
a
usually
flag. Here comes a flag, or
yeah,
just or a reception, and they break a couple tackles.
no,
But but
it's
then Denver
crazy.
leads, but then they're like number one in the NFL on third down defense. I'm like, really?
Yeah, it doesn't
I,
make any sense. It makes
that's
no
crazy.
sense. It makes absolutely zero sense. Um, but yeah, I mean, regardless, defense played really, really well in the second half, forcing those two turnovers. I thought outside of there was one play where Moss like fell down, I think, and got a pass completed on him, but I thought he played well
Yeah,
in this game. Obviously, the pick wasn't him being in great coverage, but he was still in a good position. The throw is behind him, and he has really good ball skills, so that was solid. And it's good for like he deserves a pick after all this stuff that has happened to him this season. He deserves something to go his way a little bit, at least,
I
like
can't
a
believe that
fortunate
was
bounce for
his.
once.
I can't believe that was only his second career pick. Because he does have such
Yeah,
great ball skills and he gets targeted so much, but it's like it's just the opportunity for whatever reason just hasn't come to where like he's
yeah,
looking
it's
at the
right there.
ball. Right.
Yeah,
um,
he's so unlucky. He's probably the
yeah.
unluckiest player in the league. I don't because he gets targeted like physically because quarterbacks have to throw at him because you can't throw at Sertan. and refs target him because I don't know why they just have it out for him. So good for Moss.
Yeah.
Um, the D line played great. The Jonah Ellis is such an underrated player. I
Oh
just wish
man,
he could stay healthy a little bit more. But man, in the
dude,
run game
that's
he was good. He had a good play in coverage. He had a sack on
our
I think it was
first
fourth down.
our first two sacks. Like throughout the game, we weren't really getting that much pressure, but then they finally
Mhm.
started to pick up, and I noticed that our first two sacks, it was Jonah Ellis on the first one, then Dondre Tillman on the second one. It was the same
Yeah,
four guys on the line on both of the first two sacks. And those guys, I mean, just the luxury that you can have of rotating these guys in and out is awesome. And they really sparked the pass rush, I thought, because after that, we were getting a ton of heat on Love. I think we
yeah,
only finished with one more sack after that, but um, the pocket was collapsing on him. It was great to see. It's insane how every single time it's a close game in the fourth quarter and it's a third down or a fourth down that the pass rush is there every
yeah,
single time. It's like they hadn't been there for most of the game, the starting uh, defensive line. And then all of a sudden on the fourth down that the Packers have on the Broncos side of the field, both Cooper and Benito and Zach Allen up the middle are
yeah,
just like ramming their guys. I mean, every single one of them like bull rushed their guy into Jordan Love, and it was like a half sack for three people. Um, damn, Benito missed out on the credit. Cooper and Allen both got half a sack. Benito should
yeah,
have. I mean, Benito's right there. They all should have gotten a third of a sack, really. Um,
yeah. No, he was
it's
like
just
the
insane.
D line was great. Greenlaw had a good game. I know he had a touchdown on him, but I thought he had a
Yeah,
solid game
I
in
mean that
coverage
coverage.
and
The coverage was amazing, anyways.
coverage was also fine. Like he was in perfect coverage. It was just a great play by Jacobs. But he was good. Led the team in tackles. Singleton also good. There was no real insane play. The only thing I was pissed at him is he kneed Surtain in the stomach on that one play where Surtain got hurt.
Oh yeah.
Um, that was the only thing. Uh, but he looked good. I still don't know if Brandon Jones was injured or not because PJ Locke was in for a lot of this game, especially in the second half. But he played well. I mean, he had a couple really nice plays in coverage, made a couple nice tackles in the run game. So shout out PJ Locke. That's crazy. PJ Locke started all of last year and
I
was
know.
good, like fine enough to start, and he's just a backup now. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I know. I
So
know.
shout out
It's
PJ
such a
Locke.
luxury.
Yeah, he was good.
Because the thing
Yeah,
would be
man.
like, dude, like the thing in years past would be like, oh, if Locke gets injured, and then all of a sudden we got like Delarian Turner Yell out there, and
Yeah,
like it would just be those other guys were just terrible. But the depth, like you read through every single name on this who recorded a tackle in this game, and all of these guys can legitimately play. Like even Devon
yeah,
Key as a safety, he's an amazing special teamer, and if he's played safety this season and has been fine. And Chris Abrams Drain is out there, and he's
yeah,
good. Like I mean, he's always there. Jade Barron, obviously. Um, every and then Wozarike on the D line has been a sensation for like this
yeah. He's
this
been
season.
great.
Yeah.
He's been awesome. He's been exactly what Denver's been missing in terms of his depth as a run stuffer,
Right.
and he's been
Right.
really good as a pass
And that's
rusher
why
too.
that's why we're the best in the league defending the run now, because the past couple of years the inside of the D line just wasn't big enough. And then you
Yeah,
sign first you sign DJ Jones, but that kind of happened a long time ago. But you get Roach, and then you activate a Wuzarike after his gambling suspension, and he's been amazing. It's crazy.
yeah, he's been great. He's been great. Even John Franklin Myers, another one who's been great.
Yeah,
Franklin Myers didn't have a sack, didn't have any tackles, but he had four quarterback hits, which is a very funny
Zach
stat
Allen
line.
gets 6. Dude, I feel like kind of Allen low key. He had 2, which were like a little late, and I'm like, dude, this guy's just stat padding his QB hits. I'm like, he did not have to push Love right there, but
He's just forcing, he's
yeah,
farming quarterback hits. He
yeah,
always is in the league every year,
yeah, for real.
farming it. Uh, Yeah, no, this defense is ridiculous, man. Hufanga had a play in against Jacobs in the first half that was like
Oh,
unbelievable. We blew up the blocker and tackled him at the same time. That was unbelievable. Um, I mean, he's fallen off in coverage a little bit as the season has gone on, but his run stuffing abilities are just as good. And maybe that's why I think part of the reason why Locke played that much was because I think they were just playing Hufanga lower and they were having him on tight ends. They were just playing him lower in the box. They just wanted an extra safety out there. I've noticed Peyton has done that. Vance have done that on goal line specifically. Like they'll bring JL Skinner in. It just as an extra safety so that
right.
Hufanga can play in the box a little bit more. So maybe that's what it was. I don't know. We'll have to see. I know Harvey got injured. He had a rib thing at the end of the game that they said. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that works. Um,
I don't
I don't
even
I
know
don't
when
know.
it
Hopefully,
really.
because that would really suck against Jacksonville having Bidet and McLaughlin as your only backs. That would because they don't have any other options. Like Deuce Vaughn is the only other guy in the practice squad who I can
Yeah.
think of, and I don't. That dude, I don't even know how he's even on a practice. He's so small.
I know.
Bring someone
That'd be
else out of retirement.
hilarious. That'd be insane if we
What's
start giving him the ball.
no
But
Sean Marino what people say.
it's
Bring him
like
back.
I've kind of seen enough of Tyler Bidet to just I don't know. Maybe we should give Deuce Vaughn a shot.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I know he's good at pass protection, and I think Harvey's a better receiver, but he's the second best receiving back. So I suppose you have to have him out there, but I don't think he's like that much better uh, than anyone else. He's definitely not that much better than Audric Estime. I know Estime kind of had issues with the coaching staff. That's why he was let go. But just from a talent level, there's no way Bidet's that much better than Estime.
I know,
Um,
dude.
I,
He's only had 6 carries this year. What the hell?
who Estime or
No,
Bidet?
Bidet.
Oh yeah, if if he's out there, it's a pass. That's the other thing. Like it's
Yeah,
very
that's true.
obvious. Like when he's there, it's a pass. It's only on third downs and long third downs at that too. So, but either way, a good win. I gotta go grocery shopping, but that was
Yeah, I
an
need to eat.
elite win by the Denver Broncos. Hopefully, RJ Harvey is not too messed up because they definitely need him. Jacksonville's going to be a fun game. That's going to have another. That's going to be
I'm
another high
going.
scoring
By the
one.
way, I'm going.
Nice,
I spent the
nice.
money. I was like, dude, this is a once in a lifetime team. I'm going.
Yeah, no,
So
this is incredible. I'm very excited to see what this Broncos team can do because they're playing with the confidence of a Super Bowl team. You could
yeah,
tell Detroit at the end of last year, like they were so hot. They were 15-2, but they limped to the finish line, and they barely were finishing out these games, and it showed obviously in round one. This is different. This Denver team looks and feels a lot different. They're healthy, relatively healthy. Most of their main guys are still there. They don't have any lingering things that keep popping up. They have the depth. This is a Super Bowl team. This is a legit Super Bowl team. We'll see what happens for these next couple of weeks, but very, very excited for this to happen. Yeah, let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like. Shout out Philip Rivers as well. I need to say that.
for real,
The most
for real.
hilarious game I have ever seen.
It's
He,
insane that happened. I mean, I'm gonna look back on this like it's gonna be on like the NFL throwback YouTube channel in like 10 years. Like the game Philip Rivers came back from five
they
years
should
of
have
his
won.
as a
Like they should have won.
grandfather. As a grandfather, I know they should have won. They should have won.
It's so funny. Like when they signed him, I was like, oh, okay, just as a body, right? Someone who knows the system, someone who's like just there, just as a body. Break in case of emergency. And then they signed him, and then they were like, "Oh no, he's gonna start." I was like, "What?" And then I saw the videos of him this morning, like on the field, and I was like, "Yo, dude, he looked like a bowling ball. He looked huge." And I was like, "This cannot be real.
Dog,
There's no way."
his stomach like pad was the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life, dude. That thing was, I mean, it was such a huge like gut was sticking. It was crazy.
And he
Um,
played like fine. Like he didn't even
I
play
know.
like obviously he can't, but he could not move. And he could not get the ball that far down the field. But he was like making the correct checks and making the correct reads. And he threw a touchdown. And he led the team to be in the position to win the game, but the defense just let go of the rope because they had the lead with under a minute left. Like
I
they
know.
could have won this game. there was a play in like the first half where like he slipped and he like gave himself up, and no one was there, so he still had to run, and he moved like 2 years. It took him like 5 seconds to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it
Dude,
was hilarious.
I gotta watch the highlights because I was like locked in on the Broncos game really, but
I
um
had I had the game on the side. Like I just had my laptop.
oh
I was
nice.
watching on my couch. I had the laptop with this game, so I
Yeah.
have to watch
Yeah.
this. And he played all right, man. Like he was making correct checks. He made this one throw to Tyler Warren, like over the middle of the field. That was like, whoa, like that looked like
Really?
2012 Philip right there.
Yeah, that's sick.
It was crazy.
Um
It was crazy.
dude, the oh, I was just gonna say I love cheering for the guys that like made me like kind of fall in love or whatever with the sport like as a kid. Like Philip Rivers just was playing forever. Like I like Aaron Rodgers as a football player.
Hmm.
Um and then you know like those are really the only two guys left. I was even saying
Yeah,
like Kirk Cousins, you know, I was maybe 13 years old maybe when he was in the league or something. So I mean, I guess that's cool,
yeah,
but um those are really like the only the only guys left. And so
yeah,
I just love seeing that.
yeah.
Because it made me
No, it's
sad when all
awesome.
those guys retired.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Rodgers. They both. I mean, Philip is not going to play after this season for sure. Rodgers might not either. So we'll see what happens with him. But yeah, I mean, that's the last remaining, late 2000s era. It's them and Nick Folk, pretty much. Like that's kind of the only players left in the league from that era. So uh, it's cool to see them still going. And I said this earlier too. Like I said this to some friends. Like we haven't seen a psychopath like Philip Rivers. Like those guys don't exist in the league anymore. I don't know what it is. Maybe something happens in the development of players like throughout college and high school. It's obviously very different than what it was when he was growing up, literally 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, but like guys like that, where they come back and they're psychopathic. Like when he threw the touchdown, his celebration is like that's
Oh my
not
God.
like a normal. That's not normal. You do not see that. Like him and Brady are like the last of a dying breed when it comes to just freaks who play just for the straight love of the
That's
game
true.
that late in
Yeah.
the year. Because I you can tell like Rodgers doesn't love it that much anymore. Like he's just trying to hang on to it
I
as much
agree.
as he can. But like Philip Rivers loves football so much, and it's just cool to see that much emotion come out for someone who has done everything possible in his career besides win a Super Bowl. Like he's done it all. So it's cool to see that, man. It's cool to see that.
I
We need more
agree.
psychopaths.
I agree. Yeah. Wild man. Dude, I didn't realize that in his last year he threw for over 4,000 yards. That was
He
way
was
more
pretty
than I thought.
solid. I mean, the Colts made the playoffs, and he played well in
He
that
threw
game
for
against
three
Buffalo.
he
Like,
threw for 303 yards in the playoff game.
yeah, like
And
he
that
was
was his
still pretty
last game.
solid.
Yeah.
He was still pretty solid that year.
Oh shit, why am I sorry. I'm online
But
on my Teams because I open my work computer.
oh, shit.
All right,
But
I'm
yeah,
back.
man. Shout out. Cool. Weird day of football. Weird day of football. Carolina lost to New Orleans. That was hilarious. I didn't
I
even,
know.
that game like didn't even register until they showed the highlights. I was like, what the hell? Um, but
Yeah, that's a
fun.
big. I
Fun
mean,
day. Fun
yeah.
stretch of football upcoming. Um,
I thought
maybe
the
one day we'll.
ejection in the Chiefs game was kind of soft. I
Oh
guess
yeah,
I don't know if you saw it. I
yeah.
was like,
I saw that. I saw
ejected.
that. Yeah, that
I
was
definitely understand a flag, but ejected, like,
yeah.
dude.
He like led with the
Um,
helmet and everything. He should have.
someone made the same exact tackle in the Broncos game. No one said a word. Like, like those
Yeah,
tackles just happen every play where a receiver is ducking his
yeah.
head.
I thought
Who is
when
the?
Drake Greenlaw hit Jacobs, I thought
Yeah, yeah,
there was gonna
yeah.
be a flag on that one. He got killed, but that was fine.
I think it was Mims or something. A Packer hit someone, a Bronco, right in the side of the helmet with his crown of the helmet. Um, it wasn't like a bang bang play, but I'm forgetting. But it was the same exact, like virtually the same exact hit that Tony Jefferson did, and there wasn't a single word
Yeah,
said about it. It's just weird how they pick and choose. It's like
it is.
it really is. Really feel like if the receiver lays on the ground for a while, for like 2 or 3 seconds and doesn't move, they get the flag. Like I really feel like that's what it is. And then if they just get up right
Yeah,
away, they don't throw the flag.
the optics of it are everything. It's the same thing in
Yeah,
the NBA. Like if you even get like remotely scraped in the face, like just stay down and they're gonna review it
for
and then
real,
maybe you'll get
for
lucky.
real.
So it always happens. It always
Yeah.
happens. But yeah,
All right.
I gotta go. I gotta do my groceries. I didn't have
Oh
time to
yeah.
go to Costco this week, so we're thugging out for this week. Um, yeah, maybe one day we'll talk about the Nuggets too. I do want to talk about them at some
Oh
point
yeah.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
they're having the best start to a season, and it's weird. They're the best start in franchise history, and it just feels like they suck, which is very hilarious. So fun times coming ahead for Denver sports. Avs are still hilariously good as well. Fun times, fun times.
They.
And the
I was at
Rockies
the
aren't
game.
making stupid moves.
I know,
So
dude. We cleaned out the entire staff basically, which is great.
yeah,
And then yeah, I was at the Avs game last night. They're just so dominant.
they're a
Even
wagon.
even in the game, they weren't really like that dominant, and it's just a slow like beatdown. Like it felt like, oh, the Predators are in this game. It's 2-1, but then after that, it was just like beatdown
Yeah,
after beatdown. It's
no,
crazy.
they're so good. McKinnon's on another level. Um, McCart's obviously very good. They have goaltenders now. They have depth too. The last few years they haven't had depth after the Stanley Cup. They lost a lot of guys,
Yeah,
so regaining
and
that
they'll probably make another trade at the deadline, probably for another like star. We'll see.
they could. Dude, the Quinn Hughes traded like actually made me so
I
angry
know.
that happened.
He
Because
should have. I was.
every year, the Avs division is just cracked.
I know.
It's just Minnesota, it's Dallas, and it's Colorado, and they're always the three best teams in the Western Conference. And it's just so annoying. None of them can ever calm down.
Like Dallas is like the Avs are first in points, and then Dallas is second in points, also by a
Yeah,
mile. And of course, they're in the same division.
same division. Yeah, very annoying. Very annoying. Yeah, Avs could make a trade. Will the Sidney Crosby rumors finally come true? Who knows? Those rumors have been happening for 4 years,
I
but
went
who
with the
knows?
I went with the friend who like knows a lot of hockey last night. He was saying the Predators would be big time sellers. So like they got Stamkos on their team,
Mhm.
Marcia Holt who
Marcia
killed the
Strug, yeah.
killed the Avs as a Golden Knight, and then they got Ryan O'Reilly, I think his name is.
O'Reilly, yeah. Bring him
uh,
back.
yeah,
Bring him
yeah.
back. He can have
Wait, was he an
end his
Av?
career. He was an Av. I don't know if you remember. It was like 2012 or
Oh
2013.
no, I don't.
Um, but he was like drafted around McKinnon, and they were there together for a bit. And then
Wow.
I think it was the season where they sucked. They had like 40 points or whatever, and I think they traded him that year. And then he won World Series MVP like the year after that or something or not World Series MVP, whatever, Stanley Cup MVP
Stanley, yeah, whatever. Dude, they
like
have all these
St. Louis.
names. I don't know any of the names for their awards.
Oh, the trophies? Yeah, I have no idea. I know that Norris is for
and the
defensemen, and
and
I
the
only know that
Hart,
because Makar's won it.
the
And
Hart's
then
MVP, right?
Hart is MVP. Yeah, I don't know any. There's like seven other ones, and I'm like, what the hell do
I
all
think the
these mean?
Calder. I think the Calder is rookie. All the others, I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea the rest of them. But I kind of like that. I feel like other sports should adopt that. Like have a like NBA has like the Larry O'Brien. They have technically now it's like the Michael Jordan MVP or
Yeah,
whatever.
I guess
But
college sports has it with the Heisman and the
yeah,
like
yeah,
Blitnikoff and the
yeah, the
Wooden and
maximum.
basketball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. This could be a rare year. It could be a year where all the three Denver teams win a championship. Like legitimately, they all have a chance to do
I
that
know. I
in
know.
2026. We'll see. The Spurs gave me hope last night. Beating the Thunder.
For real.
They have a weakness. They're
For
mortal.
real.
Um, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna go to Whole Foods before they close. So
All right.
thank y'all for watching. Fun day. Fun day.
Yeah.
Excited.
Yeah.
Excited for next week. Peace.